Good evening, Earthlings, and welcome to DA News. Tonight, the US and China continue their trade war, now fought entirely with overpriced smartphones and passive-aggressive TikToks. Meanwhile, the Department of Good Boys, yes, DOGE, is allegedly compiling deportation lists using your pet's search history. Katy Perry has officially left Earth, possibly to escape her latest album. In today's episode of Economic Jenga, the US and China have upped their tariff tantrum, launching a thrilling new season of Who Wants to Tank a Market? Wall Street responded with a graceful nosedive, and the US dollar is now so weak it's applying for emotional support. Experts say everything is fine, as long as you ignore math, charts, and your bank account. And more importantly, this fella says it's all good. According to President Trump, the trade war and economic crisis will lead to lower consumer prices for Americans. Why? Because, quote, when everything collapses, stores will be practically giving stuff away. He went on to explain that inflation is a hoax invented by the Chinese, and that empty shelves are a sign of freedom working correctly. Economists were unavailable for comment, because they all moved to Canada. But don't worry. In the worst-case scenario, Elon Musk will save us all, probably by launching coupons into orbit. In today's top story, the Department of Government Efficiency, better known as DOGE, is under fire for allegedly collecting massive amounts of personal data to create what it calls optimized deportation lists. But officials assure the public there's absolutely nothing to worry about, citing the program's motto, "If you've done nothing wrong, you have everything to prove." Meanwhile, Native American advocacy groups have called for even stricter deportation measures, including, controversially, the deportation of US citizens, just to even the score a little. DOGE representatives say the list is totally fair, alphabetized, and definitely not reminiscent of anything from European history between the years 1933 and 1945. So sleep easy, America, unless your name starts with A through Z. But enough about alphabetized authoritarianism. Now to the real story gripping the nation. Katy Perry has officially launched into space, either for a music video, tax reasons, or simply to escape Earth's vibe. Experts say she is now the first pop star to enter orbit without a reality show deal, though a Netflix special is reportedly in pre-production. However, in a surprising twist, NASA has refused to officially classify her as an astronaut, stating that before any such recognition, they require video evidence that she, quote, really kissed a girl and liked it. Until then, she remains in orbit with the title of Space Tourist with Bangers. In today's Justice is Served segment, former Senator George Santos has been sentenced to more than 7 years in prison for a laundry list of crimes, most notably impersonating a politician. Santos, whose resume once included being a war hero, Nobel laureate, and the first person to discover fire, was convicted of multiple counts of lying, fraud, and not actually being a real person at all. His defense team argued that he was just living his best life, but apparently, being a professional liar is a crime when you're not actually good at it. Santos has vowed to appeal the decision, claiming he's too busy running for president in 2028. And now, let's turn to the weather, where, much like the economy, things are totally unpredictable. But don't worry, folks. Today's forecast is brought to you by our overqualified weather expert, Chelsea, hired by me personally.
It's really hot in here. Should I just undress myself?
Thank you, Chelsea. This was very insightful. And that's all the news we could barely cover today. Remember, folks, if you didn't laugh, you probably have a serious medical condition. So be sure to see your doctor after hitting that like button. Subscribe, because if you don't, we'll start sending out personalized "We Miss You" postcards to your house. Until next time.